Hi, everyone. Metaphysical Mamma. How's everyone doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Now, Mob Deep instrumental going on in the background there. Where's your heart at? This is one of my favorite songs to I don't know why when I put this on the instrumental, I love Mob Deep, but the instrumental for this particular song does something to me, and it puts me in this stream of creativity. I write a lot when I listen to this tune. It puts me in a space of well, kind of like the title, think, vibrate, and feel, you know, happiness, or not necessarily happiness, but think, feel, and vibrate, being in that vibration of the flow. So it's not necessarily, it's just a peaceful flow, very neutral. So just as a side note, I'm going into that presently, but I guess there's a reason for it. So yeah, inspiration, I guess. Like, right, what do we use for inspiration? How do we become inspired? Got a lot of incense fine in here. Get a little, let's actually, see what I'm going to shuffle the moon deck first. See what we, so, what's today? Wednesday? It's a Wednesday. I'm exhausted. Sorry if you hear any noise in the background. It's my my tea being finishing up brewing. My wawa. What shall we listen to? Let's see. Some sacral chakra healing. Toss that on in the background there. Squirrel. Just flashed by a commercial. I don't know what they were saying, but it's something about squirrel. So I'll go with that. Let's see if you're able to see all right. So I hope everybody's doing okay. I know, yo, divine masculine, divine feminines. Poof. This energy is very flip-floppy, you know, and I just want to say good fucking job, and you're doing great, because, you know, it could feel like we're not doing, let's see what Spirit's going to say to us. It's time to take action. Oh, we're going to have a glare here. Surrender to the divine. The answers you need are coming. And don't let your past hold you back. South Node. So South Node, don't let the past hold you back. The answers you need are coming. Surrender to the divine. And it's time to take action. I was in the other order, but either way. So however these apply to you, messages come, you know, as energy in all sorts of ways. So like it says in my description, and I always say, please always take what resonates and leave the rest. You know, certain things I say may apply, like a word may apply, and it may not apply in the sentence how I'm saying it, right? But something that I said may trigger something in you that then takes you into, right, an action state, because it's bringing thoughts and feelings up, and thoughts are things. And when we commune with, right, source, God, your higher power, your, you know, inner most sacred space, you're allowing your time with spirit, right, with Mother, Father, God, or again, universal, or however you, right, it applies to you, to however it feels good for you to, right. Spirit is what gives us life, right? We all have spirit within us. That's what makes you you, your spirit and your soul, right? And then also your, right, ego, your sun sign, all the little things, everything counts, right? Like every little hair, every little bit, every little part of you that makes you specifically you counts to make you you. But it's also like water, so it flows in and out while you're in your, right, solid earthly body, but it's not completely solid. Our skin's an organ, right? We can cut that. It can get cut open. And then what does it do? It heals itself. How cool is that? So there's so many different things, you know, we can get caught up with our, right, our empathy, our love, our emotional body, too much thing in thought, thinking, right, allowing our thoughts to wander, or getting stuck in our head, too much thinking. Those are different, right? They're different activities, different environments within us that are active. So can you see that with your human eyes? Only if we're expressing it, right? If we're outwardly expressing what we're feeling inside. Right? Or us empaths, we can feel fucking everything almost. So we feel like everybody's fucked up emotions and chaos and confusion. And it's like we feel it, have to like chew on it, spit it out, and like reinterpret it. And then we're exhausted, and then it can be very exhausting. And then other people want us to, you know, physically do other stuff. And it's like, but if people aren't taking care of their emotional and spiritual bodies, right, and their mental faculties, allowing, you know, to be able to have a clear mind, right, to be able to calm down all that static and electricity and all that, you know, pressure coming from who's going to be upset with you if you ABC. So and so is expecting you, right? Your boss, your husband, your wife, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your coworkers, your children, all these people that have expectations of you, right? And people can get upset when we say no, we can't do something, right? When we say no, but we teach our children to just say no, right? Under peer pressure. We teach our children to say no to the bully, right? For a long time, it was like, if you see something, say something, right? So do we practice those things as, right, conscious, aware, divine, right, multi-dimensional spiritual beings? Are we practicing that shit as humans, as we're walking around like adults? Let me say it like that. Let me say it in regular 3D human form, right? Are we fucking practicing that shit? Are you practicing what you preach? Are you walking your talk? Or are you like a Hitler to your kids? Are you expecting your kids to do certain things and you're freaking out because of all the stuff that's going on in the media? And, you know, what are people going to think if you don't wear a mask? And what are people going to think if you didn't get vaccinated? And what are people going to think? And are you going to lose your job? And what are you going to do? What are the people going to think? If that's the thought process you're in, which I'm sure you are, and, you know, because we're all there at some level, right? There's a lot of pressure coming from within and from without. Oh, that's like, there's pressure. Jeez. You know, let's see, maybe I might be better over here with this. So, whatever. So, anyhow, pressure. Jeez. Trying to bring me confusion. So during our, while we're all that pressure, brings a lot of confusion within us, or we feel like then we're in a rush, right? Russian. Now we're Russian. Get it? Now we're Russians. So rushing around, you really got to play with words. This is metaphysics. So when I say silly shit, it sounds silly and right, but it ain't. It's actually very, very high tech. Hey, boop, boop. You know what I mean? Because all vibration creates form, right? And again, like Tesla said, if you want to understand the secrets of the universe, you need to think in terms of sound, vibration, and frequency. Radio, not soap. Everybody keep talking about being so clean and you all look good on the outside, but if your inside is dirty and rotten to the fucking core, or you got like great nasty shit that you haven't fucking dealt with, so you have a bunch of like stagnant water inside your living body of water, you just need to clear that shit out. And we do that by taking action, by taking the time to commune with, right, Holy Spirit or the divine, yourself. Oh, this is about taking care of you. Holy Spirit, Mother, Father, God, the Universal Father, include, I'm going to say this to a big strike, like the government. I mean, don't put Biden or Trump or anybody else as the government. They're just a spokesperson standing up, right? Someone that you voted for to represent the things that you supposedly stand for. But what are you standing for, we the people? Are you standing? In your own skin? Are you being true to thine own self? To what is true to your core? It's like, okay, I know that people are saying this, but however, there's some inside me kind of bobbling around that's like, yeah. So are you going to feel forced and jump into something, but and then it's too late? Like it's like if you pour too much salt in your pot, you can't take it out. But you can add a little at a time, right? To make it more flavorful. But if you add too much at once, you're fucked. You may be able to put a piece of bread in there or a potato to soak up some of that stuff, but yeah, salty is as salty does. So, don't forget about Lot's wife there, which we can all be that too. And let me just say, I'm fucking famous for that because I'm a fucking dodo bird. And I'm like, wait, hold on. For anything, anytime I'm about to walk out the door, it's like, wait, I bring like 5 bags with me of, but it's energy always talking to me. It's like, wait, you might need me. Wait, hey, hey. So I'm not doing it because, oh, I want all my material stuff that I can't separate from. I'm doing it because energy never leaves me alone. It's like the unseen energy. It's like, hey, 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 hey. Or it's like, not that one, this one. Put me this way. Like, yo, I had to, these talk to me. They're like, I want to be next to that one. Da, 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 da. Crystals, stones, rocks, everything has consciousness and energy vibrating through it. So it was freaky one, like child's play. Look at Chucky. That's a not right, not so positive, right? However, many inanimate objects are created, like many beings that are now in bodies walking around were originally created by being cared for in having their energy in an inanimate object. Show the world the real you. Full moon in Aquarius. And happy grand rising, everybody. It was yesterday, I think. I don't know. I gotta look that up because I'm not very knowledgeable on like certain terms of astrology and all that. I again, I operate more with vibration and energy, vibration, magnetism. So those things all apply, right? Because metaphysics, all that stuff comes into play, right? Like Einstein said, everything is relative. But I don't have like specific. That's why I don't like to label myself as anything. I am not a astrologist or a right. I will never call myself a tarot reader or they're tools. Everything. You know, we're a tool too, right? We're a divine instrument. Your body is a divine instrument, is it not? I should say. It's pretty amazing. I mean, we have so much to be grateful for, you know. Truly, it's like patchouli. Yeah, you know, how come even and being grateful for the shit too. Yo, you gotta be grateful for the shit too. Why not? Because that makes us more wiser. It teaches us. We learn more. We, you know, at the bottom we got courage. We have more wisdom. We learn from our mistakes, which is why we're, you know, having these experiences and part of the experiment, right? But know what part you are. And you're a whole bunch of different parts, right? So it's like, allow, you want to, and please kindly subscribe, like, and ding the belly bell, please, tribe. Soul Tribe. So we can keep moving the vibes. Keep it moving. I like to move it, move it. So, but yeah, as you know, what the hell was I even saying? Success. I know that there is no greater goal than to love. Yeah, being part of the experience, right? You having an experience while simultaneously agreeing to be part of, right, the human experiment because your soul agreed to come here. This is a soul contract, right? Earth is death. I am learning that endings are merely beginnings. It's like, look, I got cut off. Like I bop around from place to place, so I'm killing one thought and going to another. So does that mean? No, we bounce around. So we're constantly, right? The acronym also can be for one of them, right? An acronym for God, God, is generator, operator, destroyer, right? We have one hand of power that we create, one hand destroys. Yeah? And you're the operator, the O, in the middle, right? So we're constantly balancing, shifting, going from one thing to another, doing a task, finishing it. When you finish something, the finisher, you're killing it, right? I mean, so these terms and these words, don't let them fucking freak you out all the time, because a lot of the time it's just, we're just ending what we no longer need, right? All the thoughts and the feelings that we have inside us is what's so scary. But if we let them control us, well, now we're out of balance and we just got wiped out by a wave. This is the flood after all. But you always have practice. I mean, it's like everything's water, so it's okay. Then you just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. I mean, seriously, it's like you just keep going. It's like, oh, damn. And then, right, it's like, again, you're just learning that success is like, if you recognize in that moment, like, oh, dang, I fucking, this is what something that maybe you could have done better, or that was a little off, or that, you know, you could call wrong, but is it wrong? It's like when you're learning to ride a bike, you may fall. You may fall a few times, right? Or a lot. I mean, right? You may never have fallen at all, but we fall sometimes. Does that make us bad because we fell and got a boo-boo? Right? I mean, it's like, put things into context. It's not always, right, the sky is falling and it's the end of the world. But the media will portray that, or certain, because they're running, right? Running off of a prescription, big pharma, prescripted narrative, which is fine. But it's like, right, but just having awareness of that. So you're gathering the information, but learning to have discernment, right? So that we're a little more consciously aware of how we're reacting, what thoughts are popping up like popcorn out of our heads, right? It's like when you read comics, the bubbles, right? They could be like pointy or bubbly, right? So it's like, are you shooting out, right? What kind of a thought is a lightning frequency, a current, a positive and negative. And while mixed with salt water, your body traveling through your body, right, as in a motion, energy in motion traveling through your body. So when our emotions, our eaves, get mixed up with our atoms, right, our thoughts, our positive and negative lightning that's shooting out of our head, out of our temple, right? It's like, and then we can bring Star Wars into this, right? It's like you have to use the force, right? So then here, haha. I gave my other little baby Yoda, the tiny one, to a little boy that was here. He was so cute. But here, can you see? We'll bring Master Yoda up into the picture. You know? Can you see him? Like, here he is. Oh, I think I popped you off. I hate when I do that. I clear knocked off my my camera there. So there. Vibrate and, you know, bring it, the being able to balance the force within you, right? Or like you can get into the movie The Shining, or anybody watch Doctor Sleep with Stephen King. That shit, that's like what we're all going through right now, divine masculine and feminines, and you know the karmics, or right, we like energy, and this gets real deep, right, into like Anunnaki, and if those are familiar terms for you, right? The star beings, like, well, listen, metaphysics, we have so many words and stories, right? Verses, versions of ways to interpret things, right? They could be cartoon like, nursery rhymish for kids. We tell stories. All our stories were always verbalized, right? Ancient shamans never wrote anything down. Everything was told through story, passed down from generation to generation. Like, if you take a look at, say, dogs, look at all the different breeds of dogs we have. No, I had a German Shepherd named Aries. I fucking love that dog. Bless his soul. Oh, my baby. And he's no longer physically with us. But that German Shepherd lived to almost 13 years old. He was my man. That was my boy. That was my baby. Love that fucking. And the dog I had before that, years ago, I named Zeus, who was also a German Shepherd. He was a mix, and he was funny. He had like a long ass tongue and these dopey ears. He was kind of dopey, and like doo doo, doopy doo. He was funny as, oh shit. And he had parvo disease, and he was very sick, so he used to throw up bile all the time. So it's funny, it just started pouring as I'm talking about this. So again, this is all having to do with metaphysics, grief. And again, like, so what animals have you had in your past? What were their names? That means something. Like, why did I? And a lot of times we don't know this stuff until the afterlife, till after we look back in hindsight, and are like, oh my gosh, that's why, that's so weird. Now we start to put things together. We're putting the jigsaw puzzle together so we have a more clear picture. But then that picture doesn't have to stay, right? It's like, look, every day the weather changes. I understand that losing something is an opportunity to appreciate it. And yeah, that's like as I was just talking about Zeus and Aries. So I had Zeus and Aries, both German shepherds, okay? Like shepherd from the Bible, and Aries is Mars, and Zeus, it's like, I didn't even, until late, it's like, that's so crazy that those are my babies. Those are my babies. And I also had a little chow chow mix. She was awesome, named Jasmine. And I had but with Aries, I had Aries, me and my daughters had Aries, the German Shepherd, and that was our protector and our baby. And I got him when my daughters were very little. My babies they were pretty young. They were like 5 and 3 or something like that, 6 and 3, I guess, maybe even a little younger. Yeah, actually, no, they were. So anyway, sorry, I digress. I'm going through my marbles here. Time is crazy for me. But point being, Aries, yeah, I had Aries, and then we had Noodles, who was a long-haired dachshund. So if anybody ever seen the movie All Dogs Go to Heaven, it's like those were our dogs. It's like, and when my little one is, yeah. And then that story gets deep too, into metaphysics. All Dogs Go to Heaven, the little girl from that story, watch that movie. It's a cartoon movie. If you've never watched that, you can never go back. Yo, watch that. All Dogs Go to Heaven. It's a rainy day here in Connecticut, in the tri-state arena of things over in the East Coast. I'm praying for some rain for Cali, sending some of the rain over there for some of them fires and stuff. I know there's lots of stuff going on with bringing the heat over in Cali on my west side. And so I'm just sending lots of love and like snowflakes and rain, babies. Yeah, put some of them fires out. Some of it, is for purifying. I just hope everybody's safe, and Louisiana and wherever anybody's going through lots of earthly changes and shifts, because there's a lot going on. So that's why it's very important to seriously, not freak out, but know, like, right, is it time to cross the street? You got to look both ways before you cross, whether the crosswalk, says walk, or the light's red and it, right? You still got to look both ways to make sure you're safe, that, right? Instinctually. So this is about intuition, instinct, having discernment, right? Getting in touch with the causal body, which is like the little things, right? The microcosm, the little things that are going on inside you. What makes me feel like that? How come that bothers me? Why did that make me have some negative thoughts and thinking? Why am I feeling this way about this person, place, or thing? And give yourself permission to be able to go through that. If you don't go through it, it's like not doing your work when you're at work, or not washing your ass while you're in the shower, right? I mean, it's like it's like, you're going to skip certain steps, then you're going to be missing pieces. And this is about gathering our information, allowing our pieces to come back to us, right? God is fragmented. We're all fragments of and floating around. So allowing fluidity so that we all are able to get what we need is very important. It's like, I don't want you to not have what you need. I want you to have what you need. Why would I not want you to have what you need to be happy, vibrate high, be healthy, be abundant? Your health is your wealth. To be abundant in all forms. Why would I be like, oh, I want them to be abundant in all forms, except for, it's like, wait, what? So see, when people are like, only people that would do that is somebody that has jealousy or envy, or again, just has immature emotional body, or immature way of thinking, or is just so hurt, right? They just don't have the tools they need. We don't have the tools that we need. So and then it comes across as, right, emotionally immature, sexually immature. I mean, I'm definitely, I can get very uncomfortable because of, like, right, my past with certain things. And then when people point or act like, right, we're just pieces of meat, or put us in a category that we're doing stuff that they're doing, it's like, well, hold on, I'm not even judging you for what you're doing, but now you're judging me, or putting it and making it like I'm doing something I'm not. And so people that have gone through sexual abuse or sexual trauma or etc. might not be as forthcoming as, right, all these, like, say, Instagram hoes. So again, no offense, right? But don't call us vanilla when apparently this is where this shit is, like, and I don't give a shit either way. This is just, these are the things that go around and that are right. And this is in this is in the spiritual communities, what's going on in the world. Everybody's run by jealousy and envy and codependent alcoholic behavior, addictive, alcoholic, codependent behavior. And if that was like, please look up those terms, right? The awareness is key here. You can't just take a pill or point the finger somewhere else and not do your internal work, right? This is a one-man job. This is an inside job, right? We have to assassinate ourselves, so to speak. We have to go through here. We have to, meaning we have to cut it out what no longer serves us. But some people take that to an extreme and, like, physically cut things out of their bodies, or think that, right, it's like a video game and you just get to pick another one, like a flower. You shouldn't even go pick somebody else's flowers, should you? I mean, it's like, if I pull flowers out of the ground, that's like pulling Gaia's hair out. It's like Gaia and whoever the being or the seed, right? They allow that vibration is growing there and is in harmony. Why would you disturb it? And if it's not yours, right, like picking somebody else's garden, right? The grass isn't always greener. You admire someone else's garden, but if you're going over to pick their flowers and takes the fruit off of their trees, well, how fucking dare you? And then you're going to get mad at the person that you took it from, because it's like they worked really hard, and right, so you're just going and grabbing their hard work and acting like, and that's what you got, and that's what's going on spiritually too. It's like we put stuff out and we can't always show our work because it's unseen, it's spiritual, it's behind the veil, right? It's what's going on underneath the surface. Like, I can't see your organ, I can't see you at all right now. I'm talking to a camera. I'm talking to myself, so to speak. Right? So, but you can hear me, and a lot of time I don't put my face when it's more like when I'm in tune with, I'm always in tune with spirit, but like sometimes I'm not, like I'm not here for your entertainment, and I am. However, it's not always about, like, I don't want to always be judged on, like, oh, her hair looks good today, her hair looks bad today, she looks tired, she looks like she gained weight, she looks like she lost weight, oh, look at her, whatever, blah blah blah. Right? Then you want to freeze frame me and then do magic fucking mirror work on my fucking photo and then make copies of it and then go start your own web page and call yourself me and then use my information to go make money, which I'm not doing. So I don't appreciate when somebody else is taking my information and going to use it to go do whatever they're doing and then act like they didn't do that, or that they're not doing that. As like, it'd be much nicer, kinder, and gentler if, like, right, people wanted to work together instead of spying and infiltrating and switching things around and procrastinating, right? And acting all aloof, which means you omit information, you play stupid. It's like, huh? What are you talking about? Wait, what do you mean? Me? Huh? Which is famous, like, deflection, narcissist, sociopathic, I mean, as far as terms go, I'm going to speak in many terms to hit many different beings, so to speak, right? I hit him high, hit him high, hit him high. because we all understand different words are going to trigger us all, right? Words are frequency keys. They're vibration, right? Vibrational frequency keys, just like a tone. So we can be in tune or out of tune. So we just need to tune our instruments up and just keep swimming. Yeah. And do our best to, like, it's like you can't avoid, right, grief. We're going to feel, and we need to know what grief is so that we understand happiness. Right? We have to confront our polar opposites, you know, at least acknowledge them. You can't act like you're not part of that opposite part of the pole. It's an extension of you. So on some level or degree, maybe you just haven't acknowledged it yet because, right, we think we're too, like, high and mighty. It's like, I'm not that, Well, hold on. Hold on. If there's something that you're interacting with or engaging with, then there's a, right, that's part of, there's something there. There's something. So not everything is as it appears to be. So when we're having uncomfortable feelings, it may be triggering something in us, but it's like, hold on. There may be, right, like if you want to look at it like a video game, but this is real life, there may be a kid trapped in there that's fucking got human trafficked and that needs our fucking goddamn help, motherfuckers. So get out of your fucking little wishy-washy feelings. And if you need a mask on your face and your butt, go get one and get out of the game. I was like, that shit, I'm, yeah, judgment. Like, how pathetic. And the beings that, right, spirit is communing to now is like, you motherfuckers that want to fucking keep portraying yourself as nice, loving, kind people, and you have our children, you're holding money over our head. You all that are playing that game and manipulating things in a manner that is way fucking twisted. It's like, it's all good, but that's who is being spoken to right now. So whoever is watching right now, obviously it's getting passed through you to them because they got ears, and you got ears and spies and eyes like me, all up in our shit. So they hear. And trust that they hear. It's like, you know, when we have children and it's like, hey, I love you, but I don't want you to get hurt. And you're hurting me, or you're hurting your brother or sister, or you're hurting something in our household. You're so stop it. And if you're, people don't want to be ignorant and ignore that and then keep pushing these same repeat false narratives. Hey, that's cool. Again, it's like, yo, we're separating the wheats from the tares right now. So it's like, again, if you're going to fall for the okie dokie every time something gets put out, well, and it's like, and I react, it's like, so I do the same. I'm like, oh my gosh, look what's going on. And then I have like little young star seeds. I say young star seeds, they're our fucking ancestors. And then or they are young little star seeds, like, but they're ancient souls, yo. And they're like, they just smile and smirk at me. Like they just let me have my little, like, you know, Tinkerbell fit. And I'm like, did you already know that? Or that's not it. I'm like, oh. So as a mother, we freak out when something's about to go wrong. And I've said this before, right? A mother's love can be smothering. So which is why we have to let our kids go sometimes to nursery school, be with other people, right? It takes a village. You have to learn to let go. They're not ours. We don't own our children, whether you have them physically or spiritually or in any manner. You don't own shit. It's like, you better learn how to commune with God and Holy Spirit if you have a child walking around on this earth in physical form. Unless you like Jacob, right? Jacob wrestling with God. That's when we're wrestling with God too. Like we're like, no, I gotta do it my way. How come nothing's going my way? Oh no, no, right? Yahweh. It's not going my way. Have it Yahweh. Like Burger King. He loves the smell of fresh meat burning on the grill. Burger King. You even get, oh, look at that. You could go to Burger King. You could have it Yahweh. You even get to get a paper crown. You get a crown. Corona. You get to wear a crown. You get to smell hot beef burning on the grill. I do love the smell of Burger King. I ain't gonna lie. I love a Whopper. Once in a while. I'm like mostly vegetarian. No, I'm not. I kind of am. I'm mostly a nut and like seed and like, and I love fish and, on occasion, but I'm a picker. I'm a grinner. I'm a lover and I'm a sinner. But yeah, no, I need to eat my meat like once or like twice a month, and it's usually around a full moon. I noticed that when I was younger. Like, yeah, like when I get my, I'm a woman, so like when I get my period, it was like afterlife, after. In hindsight, you start to notice patterns of things, and it's like I don't usually eat meat, but for some reason, but around once a month, it's like whether I want a steak or a burger, and that's been like my whole life. Why is that? Inquiring minds would like to know. Are you trying to study me still? Or would you just like to maybe ask me a question and have a conversation? Sometimes that works wonders. You know what I'm saying? Learning how to fucking communicate and shit. Double slit method. That's like, right? An atom knows when it's being watched and it behaves differently than if it's just left the fuck alone and allowed to be free. I possess the power and the free will to create my own happiness. But like I said, also, we all are part of, right, the experiment while we're having our human life experience and we're evolving and becoming aware of our multidimensional, right, spiritual selves. We just forgot who we are. So now we're incorporating all of these things, right? Mixing it all together, right? It's like this is like the mixing it all together in the pot. It's like the witch's brew, or allowing everything to come together. The electromagnetic universe, right? We're untangling quantum entanglement, which is like twin flame, right? It's like telepathy and all that. So when one vibration is feeling or thinking something, and like it's like you ever think about somebody and then they call you, or so stuff like that, or it's like, oh, like I shared in my video the other day, I was gonna do a video and then something guided me to go sit outside. So I was like, I need to go outside. Let me go sit outside with Mother Nature a little bit and just get some air before I stay in here and do a video, because once I get on, sometimes I don't get off for a long time. I'm just here and then I'm, and that's like the Harry Chapin song, when you're coming home, Dad, I don't know when, but we'll get together then, son. Have a good time then. That's a really good one. These are all songs I'm putting out there, and Spirit speaks through songs a lot. Again, radio, not soap. Nanu nanu. So vibration and frequency is your station in tune? Are you in tune so you can hear, right, the tunes, the songs, the messages that are coming in through the currents that are raining down codes, right? Because that's also, it's music, which is, right, goes hand in hand with numbers, right? You have a radio station that you have to tune into, different numbers, right? 97.1, 100.3, 102.7. And then those frequencies change, right? Like if you're driving from one state to another, or even town to another, sometimes you lose reception. It's like, your favorite song be playing and you're like, damn, oh, come on. And then there it goes. And then you're listening to like some crazy shit or it's like, damn, changed my station. But it's the same number. Oh, but you moved into a different area, environment. So now it's picking up a different frequency that's being broadcast over the airwaves. That shit's crazy, right? Like the smoke that's passing by right now. I don't know if you can see the smoke. Here's the smoke. Smoke from the incense passing by. So I know I jump around a lot. It's because it gets wavy out here. I can't control the water. I can't. I think I may have tried. It doesn't work. You know what I'm saying? It don't work. It don't work. So that's one of the biggest things, right? To recognize we don't have control. Only thing I control is how I respond to something. And that doesn't mean, oh, I'm a spiritual angelic being or I'm a divine. So I'm going to always be like, oh, everything's just fine and beautiful and just no worries. I was like, no, bitch. No, 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 no. That is not how this fucking works at all. And if you've decided with your free human will to go against the grain, right? Like human law, which they don't really abide by. They write a lot of stuff down, but they make it real messy and play with the words and legalese and they're like, oh, well, it says that, but that's not what we meant. It was that over there. Or like, do you see what they did? Or they straight up plotted us out to like make us look like we're not worthy, right? They try to defamate our character. They've sent us away since we were little children or like made us feel like something's wrong with us, right? A lot of us have had drug or alcohol problems. So that makes it look like we're some kind of whatever. Well, most of us have done our work because of that, right? And are really grateful for that. So we're aware how when somebody tries to kick us down, and then we try to get back up and then they stick their fucking big boot on the back of our fucking head and neck and stick our face back in the mud again. It's like being in the military, right? Like, get down, soldier. Yeah, just eat dirt, eat shit. Well, we did that for a long time. And then we did it so much that we hated ourselves and thought, what is wrong with us? Why, no matter what I try to do, I get yelled at, I get called names, or I get asked to do something, but then get smack kicked in the face, or that thing isn't right. That what's been offered ain't looking like this no more, right? It's like a fucking ashtray of dirty ash and assholes that tried to tell me that it was pure crystals up in there. Which, let me just say, right, shit is a mineral. That's what makes the flowers grow. Right? So again, there's properties and like understanding, understanding, overstanding, right? And then letting it go. Letting it stand and then letting it go so that it can flow to the next, right? Joe. Right? Being able to let go is huge, right? And that's what we're all learning, and that can be very scary. Like right, referring to again, like because again, a lot of stuff I say can be very triggering and sound like and it should be, and it is in a sense, right? Because I'm not gonna like that's what this is what we call awakening. So, right. Welcome to Luciferianism. Sometimes you're going to get a like electrical shock there, right? Which is called the coronavirus. So you're at your sleeping atom that's within your body. It's a dormant atom. Here, I'm going to draw a picture. And they always there. Okay. Like Gilgamesh is 2/3 God, 1/3 man. Yeah. So we'll say we're gonna do a few little things here. So we'll make a circle. See, I'm not a good drawer, so don't be judged. We can kind of make it like a peace sign. Is that gonna be 3? Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Or this is God, the dot in the middle. So you have to be able to be small and big at the same time, right? This is like the sun sign. To be able to be the microcosm, right? That dot within you, your true north compass right in the middle there. That dot in the middle, that's your true north compass. Right there is true north in the center of you, the center of your big atom, right? There's all these little atoms floating within and without us, right? So these are atoms, right? Atoms, right? And what's an atom consist of? Electron, proton, neutron, and there's, what is it? Moron? Not moron. Quantum physics just figured out a whole nother thing too. Like, it's like, right, things that as we keep progressing, more is going to be revealed. But it's very tricky to put words and labels on quantum information because it moves like the waves of the water. Everything's waves. And it could blip in and out. Like we were just talking about the radio waves, frequency. See, water is waves, right? We got water. We got electricity, right? Which is lightning, right? And our first water is like the ether. That's triple, get my blunt out of my mouth. Triple darkness. That's a triple dark goddess, right? Mother, the womb. And then by having like a, right? A positive and a negative, that's a thought. Like, right? It would be nice to not be alone. Or, movement in the waters, which produces electricity, but it's magnet first, because positive and negative is magnetic. Okay, so we have a magnet that you can't see. Yeah. We have a magnet that comes from our mind, right? The mind, when your mind is nice and calm, blank, darkness. Darkness. It's not even black, it's the void where no thing is. When you can clear your mind of no thing, and your body of water, the vessel, right? This is meditation. This is what God, Jesus, etc., the Bible, this is what these things are referring to, metaphysics, right? Jesus spoke in parables and whatever the fuck rhymes and no reason. Yeah. Because everything is everything. But you have to be playful like a child in order to gather and receive the information, how it's going to apply to you personally, right? You're a person. So you have, right? This is Allah, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5-pointed star, right? Arm, leg, arm, head. Arm, leg, arm, head, right? God, G-O-D, right? God, generator, operator, destroyer. So in your human physical form, you got 2 hands, 2 legs, 2 feet, right? 2 Pisces fishies to walk upon, 2 fish. I'm not a good drawer at all. I didn't get that gift. Occasionally I can. I don't know what this is. Just a, anyway, 2 fish. That's Pisces, though. We're coming out of the age of Pisces, right? The fish god, his feet first. The fish god had his right. I'm getting deep here. Hope you're following. The fish god, Anunnaki. If you look at the old Sumerian, right, the old fish god had a merman's tail. Adam, first man, they come from the sea. The gods came from the ocean, right? Mermaids, mermen, Anunnaki, the fish gods. So then, now our tails split. We have a chakra at the base of the spine is where the Kundalini rises, right? There's snakes wrapped around at the bottom, the base of the spine, so to speak, right? So they've been, again, going back to the keeping the atom asleep. Okay, so this is the 2/3 active, right? So like Gilgamesh, 2/3 God, 1/3 man. So when, right, man went from the fish god, because he came from elementals, right? Before we're atoms floating around, and then a fish god coming out of the water, turning into a man, right? Like before all that, we're no thing. It's 11:09. Whoop whoop. Divine time. Let's do a little belly bell ring for that. So before, where no thing comes from, okay, is where we have our first thought, Sophia. She's above, right? That's above the waters of material, of form. This is before form exists. In the mind, right? Maya. In your mind, which is infinite, there's no boundary, right? Oh, the places we can go. How far can you go in your mind? Then how far can your feet take you, or your car? Or like, how much can your brain take? That's different than where you can go in your mind. And if you don't like where you go in your mind, right, change a thought, move a direction. Thoughts are things, right? Food, what are you eating? Food for thought. Thought is food. What kind of thoughts are you thinking? What are you allowing yourself to swallow down your spine and program yourself to be living? It's 11:11. Right? And in the middle of the word believe is a lie. So if you're telling yourself these things and you're swallowing negative thoughts and allowing feelings to overwhelm you too much, how do you have clarity? How are you saying you're coming from a balanced place and directing other people what to do if you're not practicing clarity and balance and self-awareness? I mean, you can like shake hands and make a bet and trade money, but that doesn't mean you did your work. That just means you got a job with the devil working for Satan because you're in debt, because you keep making deals instead of doing what you need to do. Meow. You know what I'm saying? There's a saying, if you dance with the devil, you're going to change. The devil's not going to change. Devil backwards spells lived. So if you decided, right, to make a deal at the crossroads, right? That's like a positive sign. You could go positive or negative. The negative be hiding down there. So here it comes the person, doopy doopy doo. Here's the devil always sitting at the crossroads, which is like, right? Also, X marks the spot. Turn that shit sideways, right? Planet X. So what did we decide to do at the crossroads? Right? It's like the scarecrow, the devil. It's like, of course, you could go both ways. Well, what should I do? Well, now you asking him what you should do. So, of course, he's going to rub his hands together and be like, if you don't know what you came for, then you may get played. But maybe if he's the devil or the scarecrow and he's stuck up on here, maybe if you're a kind person, you have a conversation with him like Dorothy did, right? Like, but Dorothy was also wearing somebody else's shoes, don't forget. Oh, I'm just kidding. Lots of deep metaphysical stuff, right? So it depends on, and we're all those different things. So we can be all those different players. So anyhow, but if you make a deal with the devil at the crossroads, you're going to change, not the devil. So you don't get to blame because you decided that, oh, that sounded better. You know what? Instead of doing what I got to do, I'd rather make a deal. I'd like that fancy thing instead. I want that. And that's also going into like Illuminati and not just, sorry, it's not just Illuminati. I'm just, but into the business industry of like, right, you want to be famous in any way. So it's like, okay, the fame flashlight, which is what the devil runs. You want to be famous? You could be all these things. So then you went this way, and now, bam, hangman. Because after you get all these like cool things, you get to be the sun, you get to like shine bright and like be a star and famous wise. Well, now you got to pay. It's like, okay, like Cinderella, now time's up. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. Okay. Ding, ding, ding. Now, hangman. It's like that game Hangman. Now you got to pay. So now, that's why they say you can't take it with you when you go. You were just playing in the show. You wanted front stage, right? You wanted to play the part. And you said you didn't care about Tom, Dick, Harry, Angela, Grace, or Sarah, or anybody else, right? Right? You didn't care about, let me say it better, A, B, C, or 1, 2, 3, right? It was like, whatever, don't care. I want the sun. I want. So you decided to, right, you made a deal. This is how karma works. So it's not like, oh, you're a bad person, so bad. I mean, it depends what you did. I don't know what you did, right? So whatever the being did, now, right, this is karma tsunami. So it's time to pay the piper. That's all. It's like if you decide to have a credit card, I don't have one. If you decide to have a credit card and go charge a whole bunch of shit, well, now you owe, and now you owe interest. Now you owe extra, right? They tack on all this interest, 1, 2, 3, and then they divide that up. This is right, pyramid schemes, Ponzi schemes. So there's always a whole bunch of people involved. Then it trickles down the ladder, right? And then ha 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 ha. And then they stuck a feather in his hat and called it macaroni. Then they used the fucking old 1, 2, and then what's it called? Time space continuum. And then they fucking, ship it off to a fucking isolated island over there. But this is just monopoly, right? Privateer is just another name for pirate. It's just fancy. More fancy name. After all, it's all just a game, right? Don't be getting mad at the game. Don't be a hater. I could feel their anger. It's good to get angry. It makes you move. Flash lights. Little fear never hurt anybody. It's just false evidence appearing real. False evidence appearing real. Lots of acronyms to break down words. Like NFL also can mean National Foreign Launch. Weird stuff like that. I found that out like around the time when, remember Aaron Hernandez? And his lawyer was Jose Baez, and in the courtroom he was like, let's just take a whole bunch of shit and throw it at the wall and see what sticks. That's what we're doing here. I don't know. I don't particularly like to throw shit. However, my father is a plumber. Ancestral blood cleaner am I. I hate a plumber, so I don't know. I think we're cleaning the pipelines. Clearing the pipelines. Time for a big flush. Somebody clogged the system with a big, big, big one. Did it get frozen in space? That shitstorm got all frozen, like a big frozen organic square. Pun intended. Usually I'm the quarterback. However, I love kicking a ball once in a blue. A pigskin. I'll kick that ball right down that fucking field. Four. I know that's a different game. I play. I keyed. Birdie. Eagle. Are you too good for your home? Happy Gilmore. Golf. And then Bob Barker comes and they have a big fight and fucking Bob Barker knocks Happy Gilmore and he's like, the price is wrong, bitch. And if you've never watched Happy Gilmore, yo, homework. Happy Gilmore. What other movie did I say before? Oh, we making rhymes now. How do I like them stands and I can't stand no more. Share some blunt with you. Mama's medicine. Funny now they're making it legal and trying, right? Making a killing. No, I'm very happy they are. We need to get in touch with Mama and calm down the universal father. Yo. Who be tweaking shit? Oh, make me pull cards on you. In public. I try to stay, pretty neutral. But I ain't got no problem calling out a motherfucker. Shining light where light needs to be shown. If somebody wants to keep causing harm to self and others, and yeah, it's like, yo, we already asked you to stop, and now you're, it's like if there's someone in the hospital and we're right, we want them to heal, but you keep going in there. Oh God, I just had the vision. It's like the fucking stepwife that wants to come in with the, it's like the Hugh Hefner wife, the what or whatever, that wants to go in and keep a, yo, you guys ever heard of like, oh, what's it called? The Munchausen syndrome. Is that when I think that you like to stay around your abusers? And then there's the, what the fuck is it called? Where you like to keep your kids sick or your husband or your whatever. You try on purpose. You make it look like they're sick so that you look like you're healing them and you don't know what's going on. And they're just so, oh, and you need help. That. Well, the wolf in the sheep's clothing, that's not the wolf because it stole the wolf's clothing too. Oh my goodness. Oh, you guys remember that movie, The Hand That Rocks the Cradle? That's an old one. With the babysitter, she like steals the baby, she's trying to like kills the mother, like she starts nursing the baby with her boobs and like her breast milk and shit, and that envy and jealousy is a dangerous combination. But hey, we got lapis lazuli in the eye of the storm here, and terrorite. So I don't know. Oh, and some flint. So you know, selenite. Oh, hold on. What else? Hold on. They're all wanting to come out here. Oh, rose quartz. Yeah, one more. Ah, malachite. Yeah, no, not that much. All right, hold on. There's lesson cards, lesson spirit. Like, this one, no, not that one. Maybe this way. Oh, and they get particular too because certain combinations of crystals have different vibrations. They all mean different things. So this is metaphysics. This is a physics equation right here. So when spirit's speaking through, tarot cards are science. It's energy. Energy never lies. People do. It's like if you're painting, this color, no, a little over here. Remember what's his name that used to paint? And a little love over in this corner. Just a little bit of green. We're just going to stroke it in a gentle upward motion, right? So it's like then you're feeling, you're in tune with what you're doing. It's called creative art, right? You're creating with spirit. You're allowing spirit to your work. When we write songs and we make music, most musicians, magicians will let you know they're tapped in with spirit. It's not all coming from their head like, oh, I was thinking. It's like, yeah, I was thinking, and then spirit came in and we played this game and we started fucking creating, right? It's like you're using your image of a nation, your imagination you're allowing that door open. So of course spirit and Father Universe, Mother, Father, God are like, hell yeah, we want to play. That's why we created you in the image of us, right? So now show us your shit. Let's play, right? God said, remember to stay childlike, not like a fucking little brat, right? Teenager. But God also understands when we're teenagers and we're little rebellious fucking brats. That's when we're in our Capricorn, right? The devil attitude. It's like, I'm not doing it that way. Whatever, mom, whatever, right? So we're sneaking out the house, stealing alcohol, money. We're playing, right? We're being players. We're being teenagers. That's way different. Being a kid, right, is a goat. Goats like to bite clothes that are hanging out on the laundry line. But there's also 3 billy goats gruff that trick the trolls from paying the tolls. Right? Or goat is greatest of all time. But that could be a big ego going on there too. Got bigger, whatever. But it also is true. So where credit's due, credit's due. Yeah. You can be a goat too. So you can be greatest of all time goat, or that the opposite of that is we could turn into little teenage brats and we're like, it never goes my way, right? So, and damn them Capricorns really carry that very well. Just saying, you carry your energy well. Hi. So Eye of the Storm, number 48, and Lapis Lazuli. And we got Selenite, number 21. Black Tourmaline, number 1. Got some yin yang going on there. Black and white, positive and negative. And they're not positive and negative even. Black Tourmaline is actually really great. I'm just like, right, we're just alternating. Yeah, so I'll be, yeah. Anyway, yeah, Tourmaline is awesome to defend negative energy, right? So it's like a good ground. It grounds you so you don't get hit with so much electricity. And that could be coming from the outside. Or I have a lot of, like say if you're an earth sign, you could be a Capricorn, Taurus, or a Virgo. Happy birthday, Virgos, almost, right? Wait. Yeah, happy birthday, Virgos. Today's September 1st. I can't believe it's September. And happy first day of school. Oh my goodness, kids are back at school today too. Crazy. What which again, I'm not going to get into that conversation now, but yeah, very cool. Anyway, but black tourmaline is a grounder. So people that are earth signs, now you could have dealt with some, right? I was speaking to someone yesterday, like MS, multiple sclerosis, etc., like that, stuff like that. You guys were getting activated a few years back. If you had like all that electrical shit going on, that was your central nervous system getting activated. You're like getting static, right? So you're feeling it inside. You already went through. You're like you're the grounders. What the fuck was that show my daughter and I used to like to watch? Is it like the 40 or the? It was on Netflix. So, and they all like jumped down to earth. The 400. They were like in things floating around, and they told them like Earth was like bad, like all fucked up. But then when they got down here, it was like, but there's like all that stuff that went on. So like different, right? Say, well, different possibilities to see what happens with right human nature, really the experiments. So again, you know, now give yourself a pat on the back. You made it to wherever you made it right from. You're right here, right now. Right? So now, this is beautiful. Citrine, black tourmaline, and selenite. Those are really beautiful together. You able to see? Citrine, number 18, which also break down to a 9. 1 and 8, 9. Tourmaline, number 1. Selenite, 21. That's like moon, grounding, calm. Not a lot of that, right? Calming your energetic field from static, right? It's like if you wash your clothes, ahote, and don't use fabric softener, number 30. And eye of the storm. And don't forget, eye of the storm means, again, right, you're the center of that dot. Eye of the storm, right? The storm could be, it looks all calm. It looks calm. So you have ability to be that eye. All the stuff that's swirling around the world. The world is our thoughts and our feelings that come out and that are all swirling around together. That's what the world consists of. That's why they say we control the weather, or we're having global weather or whatever. Because we all have to come from a more balanced place, from that balanced place within, right? True north, that point within. So within, so without. We don't want to have all this static electricity and winds swirling around, creating a fucking whirlpool around the earth on a grander scale to keep it swirling in a fucking funnel of shit. Thank you for that, spirit. Yeah. Because that's what they're doing. It's like if you're in a pool and you walk around, like, the pool, right? You make the water travel in a certain direction, and things can get caught up in it, or they can't go the other way, right? You're creating a current, a funnel. Oh, hold on, you motherfuckers. That's like the zodiac, the zodiacal chart. Hold on a minute. The projection screen. The fuck? Yo, you seeing this? This is okay. We getting in. Okay, metaphysics. Yeah. Okay, so wait, this is the projection screen of. Yeah, if you ever seen projectors, right? So Anu, the big Cthulhu under the water, under the ocean, the sun go up, the sun go down, the sun go up, the sun go down. Actually, kind of goes this way in a J hook. Jesus. Right. Wow, that's cool that they're that we're doing this. You seeing this live, babies? This is some serious metaphysics going on right here with spirit. So, right, and this is also like automated drawing. So spirit talks to me through me, and shouldn't say, like, I don't want to, like, first of all, not what I should or shouldn't say, like, because like it should be a secret. Just I don't want to harm anybody, or like say something I shouldn't, that would be a trigger to, like, if somebody gets awoken too quickly by certain things. That's why it's like, take what resonates, leave the rest. And it ever goes too fast, press pause, stop, come back. You never do too much at once like that, because it's like, right, like being forced to like have sex. It's the same thing with getting awoken. So we don't want to, and when somebody's sleeping just in a physical form, we shouldn't be waking them up either, like waking people up to go to school and work and all that. If your body needs rest, your body needs rest. That's when it heals and connects with spirit and God. God rested on, they say, the seventh day. But that means that you've gone through all your thoughts and feelings. And how long is a day in the eyes of God? If you're comparing it to your human days, then you just said you're God, and you went on your time instead of God's time, and you missed the message. I mean, it's funny to me when people break down the Bible and all that stuff. It's like, I very respect a lot. Well, everybody's right, but it's like, but you're breaking it down to human years. What are you doing? That's not. How did you go from you're reading the words that were given, like how I'm doing this right now? These aren't my, right. I'm getting this from spirit. So any of the people that wrote the Bible, right, whatever, that's all right, given by spirit. So it's like those things are meant for you to interpret and have discernment through self with, right, whatever applies in that now moment to you with spirit. Those words are there for you to forever, right, have eternal reflection upon. Not for somebody else to dictate and tell you what the fuck those words mean, but they don't even know, and they're telling you it's on this time clock, but they're all operating around the sun because they all got swept up in this current, right? Which is also the Trojans. That's Trojan. On the outside rim of the solar system, aren't we dealing with a virus right now? That's Trojan. That's what they call Trojans. Look it up. Or like look up at the names of like the, right, Halo, Sprite, elves, right? In the higher, look up like higher elemental thunder system or something like to that effect. Or how about the word Noah, right? Since when we're doing acronyms and stuff. Noah from the Bible, right? We got the ship and everybody 2 by 2, right? What's within you? Positive, negative, masculine, feminine. We have different animalistic, right, abilities. You connect with different spirit animals. Let's pull some spirit. Malachite, some spirit cards, spirit animal too. But NOAA stands for, what is it? National Oceanic Atmospheric. I always forget the last one. But yeah, National Oceanic Atmospheric. It's like NASA. What's NASA stand for? Right. The acronym, they use acronyms and numbers. Frequency of vibration, alpha numerical. Right. What's a word? A word is alpha numerical letters that's spelled. It's spelled letters. It's a right. The word right. I'm spelling it with letters. Is letters that are spelt together to create lines, sentences, right? Or fishing lines. Let me cast out a line and see what bites. What's gonna bite my line? What's gonna be receptive to the shit I'm throwing? Here's the truth, right? We can tell the truth till we're blue in the face. It's like, ooh, but over here, there's this thing, and there's a treasure, there's a monster, there's something hidden. We're like, ooh, we go right for it. X marks the spot. You can touch any tree in the garden. You can have anything you want, just not that. Anything, 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 anything. Just not that one. Just not that. I was like, well, why can't I have that? If I can have anything else, why can't I have that? Then that's all we want. The one thing we can't have, right? Life is crazy how it works, isn't it? I mean, really? I mean, it's like once you go through all these thoughts and feelings in your mind, it's like, damn, we're fucking nuts. We really are all nuts because it's like you get what you want, you asked for it, you have it, and then it's like, yeah, I don't really think I want that. But if we're not allowed to have it, oh, wait, what? We're gonna, motherfuckers, you all sell your souls for a piece of the chalk that's going to disappear by the time you get to it. They already erased the fucking chalkboard and put a new picture up. And then you get there and think everybody ate without you. It's like it was never there. They just drew a picture on a chalkboard and you went running for it. It's like a dog throwing like they throw a fucking bone to a dog. It's like, hold on, gods, because the word God backwards spells dog, woof woof, and a dog chases their own tail in a circle, especially if they fart some methane way out to Uranus. Word up, Uranus. We love Uranus. Uranus, your highness. Your hiney. I see your hiney. All white and shiny. Or it could be all gold and shiny. That's just how it was sung to me because I got a white shiny ass. You better hide it before I bite it. I should do that to my kids too. We like to bite big butts. We like to bite booties, especially little kids' booties. See, that sounds so wrong. But as his moms were like, oh, we're going to eat their feet. We're going to just eat them up. Do we want to eat our children? Oh, my God, absolutely not. But from what I hear, again, watch the movie Dr. Sleep. Some of you motherfuckers, I think I was one that got eaten. I got eaten. I think Hansel and Gretel. If my esoteric inner dormant atoms that are awakening are serving me correctly, I feel a lot like Gretel. Just gonna say. Fucking witches. I'm just anyhow, it's like Cinderella, the wicked stepsisters and the evil stepmother. We just give you, we send love to you too. It's all love. It's all love. One love, one love. You just needed a hug. We're sending you one from a distance. I'm just kidding. Send you one right here. All right, let's see. What spirit animal do we have? Today's Wednesday. Wisdom Wednesday. Is this it? Oh, that's so fucking cool. And I was talking about my baby Aries. Number 14, just like Osiris. Backwards dog, God, etc. Yeah, man's best friend. Shapeshifters. Protectors, right? Shepherd. Lots of things come into play here. That's so cool how that come up, and we're talking about dogs and God, all that. See, I love how spirit operates. It's like if your eyes are open and you're willing, ears open, eyes open, heart open, and you're also practicing forgiveness and taking no shit, creating boundaries as you go. And we're not perfect. We're all perfectly imperfect. So don't you keep beating yourself up or let anybody else beat you up in any term, mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, sexually, make you feel like you have to or you should because ABC, any motherfucking thing. And if anyone is making you or forcing you to feel that way, well, they're using the force. They ain't using it like our buddy here, right? They're using a little bit of the shadow. They are deep in shadow. Right? I am your father. So, that's all. We're just learning discernment, guys. Balance. Hummingbird. And hummingbirds can fly in any direction. Number 44. Oh, how cool is that? Oh boy, 1444. Twin Flamies. And it's about to be 1144. It's 1143 presently. But just to add on to the, it will be 1144 in a second. So 1144 and 1444. Dog and hummingbird. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. And at the bottom of the deck, we got the Great Bear. Ursa Major, Ursa Minor. And salmon swim upstream, right, to be caught by the bear, hopefully, so that they're able to be eaten by the bear and evolve by mixing their spirit with his. I mean, that's really why they do it, you know. Otherwise, they swim up there and they die anyhow. But internally, they know if they mix with the bear, that they get to evolve into the next, right, generation of the next step up. They made it. They won. It's like the sperm making it into the egg. 1144. We're well into the minute now, but right. So same basis of, right, like that's the same as the salmon swimming upstream to the bear to get eaten. So let me say too, a lot of people are actually, right, really afraid because they think that this is it. And death, again, that was the card we pulled, guys, remember? So it's just false evidence appearing real fear, or fuck everything and run. We just allowed, right, the fear of death to and again, we're in a different time now. We're coming into a different time, so not to negate and like not give respect and, oh, you know, because again, there's a lot that comes into play here, right? We've all experienced physical harm to other, right, like death in our families, so that we've experienced loss and sadness and, right, so on some level or another, and depending on who we are and the decisions we've made throughout our lifetimes, right, we're getting different challenges and tests to, right, gain the different vibrations of, sorry, I gotta plug my phone in, it's not letting, different vibrations we experience in order to collect the vibrations we need of our soul. And depending on the right decisions we've made as beings with our free will and where our consciousness has, you know, decided to dream, there's a lot of things that come into play with as we're going through this death and rebirth cycle. But we do it within the vessel. Again, the circle with the dot in the middle, that's that too. Again, you know, so dropping things, drop it like it's hot. So here's our little drawing, and then, right, this is again that being, that's you in the middle. We can get a lot. Chaos is when we don't take care of all our thoughts and feelings, or it's just natural to the environment. There's things that come before chaos, though, right? Chaos is, this is before chaos, way before chaos. This is before form. This is before the positive and the negative knew about one another, or the consciousness that created them even had awareness of, right, what he did. Right? That's how I say, like, oh, created the Yaldabaoth without the father. Well, every positive has an equal or opposite negative, and every negative has an equal or opposite positive. Period. That's like, you ever see that movie? I think, was it called The Others, or it's like with the families that were like living a whole nother parallel life, but it's like every time people were eating or doing something, like, oh, la-di-da, living their fancy life, their normal life, whatever, the others were like being operated by like puppets. So of course those beings are going to be not happy beings. They've been just being, right, what they've had no ability to have any control over their physical vessels or anything that they're doing, because they're just being operated by the movements from the other side, like a magnet, making things move, right? So, and I'm still coming to under, like, that's like a big, deep. So it's like, but I don't want to, if I'm doing something that's causing harm to a whole nother place that I didn't have awareness of, and now I have awareness of it, well, how would I still feel comfortable or okay living out the fucking hotty toddy fancy fucking rich style fucking whatever life that people are all so fucking eager to get? And I know that that's harming so many. It's like, whoa, I let go of that rope because I don't want to be responsible for, like, right? That means, like, that's like, oh, you're just gonna go run somebody over. You might as well say the same thing. It's like, and you better not. There better not be any instances of anything like that. So you see what I'm saying? People better learn to, like, yeah, slow down their roll and stay in their fucking lane and in their waters and on their side of the fucking safe fence. But that just means in your field, the grass isn't always greener on the other side. If you keep sneaking into somebody else's house, well, or their yard, or their temple, or their right field of dreams, you're trespassing, motherfucker. Just because you ain't stepping physically with your big fat footprint of a human, don't mean that your footprint ain't there. Like, there's electromagnetic footprints, fingerprints. You are who you are. I am who I am, right? And then we all mix, but it's like, yeah, but when somebody's trying to, like, hermit crabs steal they take other shells, right? And then you got to go into the animal kingdom too. How do different animals behave? Octopuses love to take anything shiny and grab it all, and they're like, ooh, ooh, and they wear it all and they look all fancy. They're like, it's like RuPaul and what have you too. Not like, but that's all they're. Octopus Cthulhu, it's like, if you're alone, octopus can regenerate its arm. So they cut one off, and then that's an extension of them. So that's one of their children then. That's an extension of them. And then they grow another one. Huh? And no creature deserved to be alone. Octopus travel alone. Squid travel in a like family, like schools. I don't know if it's called a school, but like how fish do. So squid travel like together. But an octopus only is a loner, and they have a shorter lifespan. But that's also like Cthulhu, or again, like the sun. And the sun rises and the sun sets. But the sun come up like a J hook. It's like a J. Not round and round. Round and round. But some do go round and round too. Again, it depends on who you are, where you come from, what element you're made from, and like where you've been. Yeah. But your atoms within are what's going to let you know who you are. So let's go back to that too, because I don't want to not complete that lesson. Hold on, I just need a little sip of my coffee and a little head of my blood. So as we talk about the atoms here, so atom, okay, the sleeping atoms, everybody has a virus. A virus is always within the body, okay? They're always dormant within the body. It's just being activated, getting awoken. Oh no, my lighter won't work. Mean. Just getting awoken. So while it's getting awoken, it can get messy. Because these two have been activated, right? And that's Gilgamesh. Humans are only operating off the third, right? Only 3% DNA is operating off humans. That's why Gilgamesh theme is like Hermes of like Greek mythology, and like different, or Hermes Trismegistus, thrice great, right? 1, 2, 3. or he's the messenger between the gods and man, right? So he's traveling back and forth between the gods and man. Why would he do that? I'm just casting out a line to ponder, right? A pond, fishing line in the pond. And most of us don't have a fucking clue who the fuck we all are either, right? But other people have awareness who we all are. Like, we can have awareness that's one, like, who, again, awakening is, it's like, he. You can't just go say blah, blah to, right? It's like, oop, it's the put, right? It's like Secret Santa. Shh, it's a secret. But it's not like a secret, like, don't say anything, whatever. But it's like, but wait until it's time, and until they start to have conscious awareness and start to open up their gifts on their own, then, right, it's like, ooh, what'd you get? Even if we bought the gift for them while they're opening it, we know what we got them, but we want to see their face, right? How excited they are while they're opening it, and what they're thinking and feeling. And that moment, we're wanting to share that moment of enjoyment and surprise and shock and awe. And if they like it or they don't like it, sometimes, right? We give a gift and we get it's like, ew, what is ew? Excuse me. And I've been that too, right? The disappointed little brat. Like, that's not what I wanted. Like a lighter that doesn't work right now. Come on, charger. Keeps coming out of my little thing there. Hey, boo boo. Hey. So, a blunt keeps going out. I don't have a lighter. What's going on there? I may even move. Let me just stay here. Okay. So, back to the atoms and Gilgameshi and human. Okay, so, and there's 2 atoms, right? We have I need a big board. I'm happy I have these index cards, though. I made a bunch of. I'm gonna actually shuffle them. We'll do that before we. I'm gonna come back on and do a separate reading to do that. Thank you, Spirit. So yeah, okay, let's get focus. Okay, so Gilgamesh, 2/3 God, 1/3 man. Where the fuck did my marker go? Excuse my cursing. I apologize. Not really. I kind of love to say the word fuck. It's one of my favorite fucking words. When I'm in proper, again, I don't just walk around saying it, and I don't really say it like when I'm angry. Like, I do, sometimes spirit comes to me with spirit, but that's why it's like, what's a way worse word, and that I don't like, and I won't really say. Very rarely does it come spitting out of my mouth. Hate. That word does very much damage. It's like pouring boiling water onto a beautiful snowflake. It just melts it and deforms it. So when we're feeling negative, and the word hate, Hate, there's no such thing. The opposite of love is fear. Fear of not being accepted, fear of not being wanted, fear of not being good enough, fear of not, whatever the fear comes from. That's that negative energy. Fear, that not being good enough. It's the reverse of, how come they have that and I don't? So it looks like, oh, they're whatever, but that's really a fear of, well, how come you can't have that? You could have that too. And if they only have it now because they've been living out, right, the deals that they made with the devil, what the fuck do you care, and what are you worried about anyway? Keep it moving. As like, you see gunshots on the street, you're going to be like, hey, wonder what's going on, what kind of gun they got, and who's like, maybe if you're an officer, and thank you, let me just say also, a lot of time, I apologize, my governmentals and my officers, and because there's so many of you, I fucking love you. I have no, with any person, place, thing, or sector, or anything. If I ever say anything, it's just spirit coming through me because of what's going on in like current events at the now moment. And if you get triggered, kindly take what resonates and leave the rest. If it don't apply to you, I ain't talking to you. Don't even worry about it. I don't give a fuck. There's mad fuckers that are dressed up in those, I'm going to say costumes, because they're not wearing a proper uniform that they have fucking honor, respect, and that it should be allowed to wear. That's a way different thing. I have fucking goosebumps on fire right now. I respect all our military, government, etc., that are, nurses, doctors. Yo, you have your heart in the right place, and then I understand too, like teachers. You went in with the best intention, and it's like everybody keeps telling you you're not allowed to do that, or you have to do this, or otherwise, blah blah blah. You're just trying to take care of your family, do whatever. We all are in that boat in one way or another. That's not who I'm referring. It's like that's what we're just starting to become consciously aware of. So it's like, ew, I stepped in shit. We all did. We're just slowly taking our feet, we're slowly stepping out of the sewer, cleaning up all our shit. And that's it. But there's some motherfuckers that are in all different places. And again, it's like, yo, there's things that, like, when I say those things, again, there's motherfuckers dressed up in costumes. That's why everybody's wearing my motherfucking masks. Sorry, knocking things over. So that's why people are wearing masks, right? Because people are faking what they are. You could have like an electrician or some fucking inspector, like, oh, we're here to inspect the building. If you're just how many movies do you see where that happens? The cable guy shows up. Oh, we're just upgrading whatever. Or back in the day, it was like, for us women, if a police officer come up behind you, they even had other police cars stolen, dressing up in police, uniform. It was like, keep driving till you get to a public place because it may not be an officer. And you have every fucking right to do so. Period. There's too much going on. People want to dress up and act like and use other people's names and forge and alternate what do they call it? Shadow boxing. So they've already done this in way past, taking our assets in our land and etc. by killing us and saying, oh, we were drunk or fucked up and we left or we did whatever. That's a fucking lie. Murdering rapists, liars. But it's all good. Anyway, so we just keep it moving. We're just going to shine light. It's like, oh, big flashlight there. Satellite in my eyes. Cheers. Think positive. Wink, wink. Absolutely think positive. Not like, I was like, yeah. Like my little guy that's hanging out there. I got little guys all over the place. My little owl dude. My beautiful Yoda baby. The Zen master baby. He's like, I am Groot. Groot and little baby Yoda are twins. Right? Okay. Let me get back to Gilgi here. I'm so all over the place. So, and then too, like my grinder. Let me just share. Love my fucking grinder. Oh, he's like, yeah. We love all walks of life here, boy. Wait a sec. I'm a pine cone. Here's a little fun, and it's about to be pine cone season. It's September 1st. Collect some pine cones. Don't be going crazy. Only ones that are on, Get some pine cones. Take a nice nature walk. Collect some pine cones. See this beautiful array? Look at. Can you dig it? Can you dig it? The spiral. The golden ratio. The Fibonacci. See how it swirls? That's the pattern to life. Everything starts in the center and swirls out in a spiral, right? A spiral galaxy, So there's right, the swirl, and going to like Gilgamesh, Enki, and Lil, the Sumerian tablets, the Enuma Elish, I love that, and the ancient Gnostic texts that aren't really in the 5 books of Moses in the Bible, or like King James version, or there's so many different books. So don't think that can be another feeling of guilt that you have to stay in a certain or specific, like, right, legion. Let me show you something. This word, right? That R-E, repeat, redo, reverse, relocate, right? It's like kind of not taking accountability sometimes, or you have to keep doing it until you remember, right? We have to sometimes practice something over and over, and then it becomes part of our being. So this isn't always bad to redo, reverse, redo, recycle, right? But so that word is to, right, repeat. And like, right, we are legions. And legions can also be something that, like I was talking about before about MS, legions on the brain. Kind of, I see it in my mind's eye, like leeches too. So they're like bubbles of, so they're just like trying to find their home. It's almost like, right, an empty cell that needs to find its niche in the DNA strand. Oh, I'm getting it as we're talking. Yes. So please also don't be quoting me with your medical stuff and like whatever she said that he said, because that's the word said is the word AIDS all jumbled up, and that's how the devil operates. He jumbles the letters like Scrabble. So don't take my words and ever, ever, ever try to come against me and say I said, because I already said kindly take what resonates and leave the rest. So if you don't have discernment and awareness and ability to do so, then you're the devil or Satan. You're trying to fucking like gather information and use it for self or others or to gain whatever. So again, you coming from a fucking place of like nasty intent. Get out of here. You know what I'm saying? Take the information, apply it for high vibrational shit. If it apply, maybe later to you in life it will. Maybe it won't mean shit to you. It's all good to me. It's only coming through me. So that's it. That's all I'm going to say about that. Just to like clarify and keep things real clear, because people like to come back and be like, hey, point fingers and say, all this fucking bullshit every day. Anyway. So we're not advertising here. We're sharing, which is way fucking different. We're coming from a place of like all 3 parts match. This is right. So it's like I'm not coming with the intent to try to lure you over to my side or to make you think how I think or whatever. It's like if it works and it's cool for you, yay. It's something, if any one thing in anything I've said gave you a smile or did something to fucking bring a vibration or a fucking clarity to some kind of situation or bring balance to anything or bring you to go look further into your roots or to find something deeper about yourself or your family or to clear something you needed to clear up, I'm like, fucking A, I did what I needed to do. That makes me fucking happy as a pig in shit. And we all the way home. Yeah. And I won't even know it. And I don't need to know it. I just do it with the intent and love and let it flow like water, that's what I'm doing. Yeah. I'm just allowing. So when we can all come from that place, it's like, right, do you have to eat everything at the buffet table? No, you don't. So you're going to say because you decided to shove everything on your plate and in your face and now you're sick, that it's that restaurant's fault you got sick? Motherfucker, you did not have a filter. You decided to overeat and take way more than you should have just because it said eat all you can eat. But now you want to blame, sue, and have a whole big, and now you want to own their restaurant too because you decided to be a gluttonous pig. Get the fuck out of here. See what I'm saying? That's a way different thing. But that's how people use things for a long time. Ooh, I could get something out of that. So I'm gonna ABC. Well, shame on you, not motherfucking me. I don't fucking think that way. Ever. It's like, of course we put into contact, like it's like survive. If I need, I hope to get what I need, and I know that God's gonna provide for me in that matter, and that's it. It may not be how I it's like I've gone through life long enough to learn that it may not be how I expect it to appear. And most of the time it ain't anyhow. So it's like I learned that lesson a long fucking time ago. And what was on my tea bag? Oh my God, do I still have my tea bag? Hold on. Right. Cheers to you too. That was a good one. Hold on. It says, so yo, this is my tea from last night. It says sometimes a perfect blessing will arrive in the disguise of a mischievous intruder. Can you see that? Lighting. Yeah. Sometimes a perfect blessing will arrive in the disguise of a mischievous intruder. Yeah. So it's like, what is that? Again, the aggravated cell. This is our cell. We're all calm. We just want our life to be normal like it was. And then all of a sudden, here comes this intruder. Here comes this right being. Here comes this thing. And now this thing is messing up, right? These two that were all calm. Who is this third party? It's the dormant atom. We got to put them to sleep, right? So that's like, let's inoculate them. Let's give it a shot. Let's put a virus. Let's kill it. Let's call it. It is a virus, but it's just awakening the cell. So it's like, nah, getting aggravated and it's mixing. So it's going to be messy mixing with these two at first. But you have to be a master magician alchemist, which you are, especially if you fucking are here right now and still watching us into 2 hours and keep visiting back my channel and shit. You ready? And you a magician and you fucking magic, motherfucker. Mofo. Right? You're like a pine cone and a hummingbird, and you're able to come. You've done your work, and you keep doing your work, right? You're loving to others and not apologetic for who you are and are becoming as you detach from, right? Detach from, say, old ways. And that may mean we have to leave persons behind, family, friends, a job, right? It may happen during the shift, right? Shift happens. So we do not know what we are going to let go of until it sometimes is in our face, till death is in our face. And it's like, oh, that's going. And we're like, no. Then we turn into the kids. We're like, no, we don't know what to do. Now we're not going to have money. Now we're not going to have a way to do whatever, ABC. But it's like, whoa, you're having to let that go. Because God and Spirit are trying to talk to you. They're like, hey, remember? Just, hey, maybe you made a deal with the devil. It's okay. We're just trying to wake you back up. Or, hey, you got fucked up. You were on some fucked up drugs there. Hey, you were fucked up. As your friend, like, it's your friend. As Holy Spirit, Mother, Father, God, Universe, hey, we're trying to wake you up. Gently, wake up. Wakey, wakey. Remember who you are? Remember why you came? You ready to be reborn? Again? How can you do that? How can you rebirth yourself within your own body? Again, right? Like we were saying with the Bible before, if you go thinking about God's years as human years, then you're not on the right clock. It's not linear. You can't figure from A to B and right? It's everything's a vibrational frequency. The numbers in the Bible or the verses in the right. So things can apply to a time, but right, hell goes way slower than higher vibrational beings, right? If you're stuck in hell or heaven, because you're in fantasy then. If you're in heaven, oh, I can't wait to be there. I just want to, whoa, hold on a minute. Who rocked your ass to sleep? Hold on. Is your head up in the clouds? Are you way up there in the clouds, Trojans? And are you in a vortice, in a vortex? Which is okay. Just hey, 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 hey. Again, Mother, Father, God, just the Holy Spirit, just hey, hey, hey. You're over in Pinocchio's with Pinocchio over there in Fantasy Island. You got a donkey tail. Did you take a risk? And it's okay. That makes you a badass too. It's just, hey, it's like sometimes we fucking party too hard. It's like, yo, and it's like, damn, I was fucked up last night. Did I do anything I was gonna regret? I really hope I didn't. And even if you did, look, choices. Hold on. Risking. It's so good. Choices, right? We got an angel wing and a devil wing. It's like, nah, sometimes. All right, again, God. So that's you in the middle. Sometimes we go the right generating, we're generator, and sometimes we're the destroyer. We're coming to swoop down and cut it out, right? Cut out the cancer, cut out the what no longer serves us. And they say cancer. Now, let me just clarify too, because they use that word cancer as a dis-ease, and that's purposely on purpose too in the right field of, I don't know. So I'm not going to put any labels. I'm just going to say there's that word, that cancer, right? Oh, and you get cancer. But now is cancer making you sick, or are you just going through, again, a transmutation, right? The caterpillar doesn't know it's about to turn into a butterfly. But the person's like, oh my God, you're sick. Now you got to hit it with all this stuff. Well, hold on a minute. Now you're putting foreign alien stuff and trying to attack it with an alien source. And now the body doesn't know what to do. But if, right, mind over matter, if we have, and again, do not please quote what I'm saying and say that this is information that I told you to do or use or what have you. Take what resonates and leave the rest. And that could change from any moment to any moment, what resonates, right? We have to, right, like letting go, coming out of this is right or wrong or black or white or up and down, and this is what it is and solid and blah, blah, blah. And this is the biz. It's like, wait, your businesses are all failing. And every time I ask a question, you guys slam a door in my face or get really mad when I like question your ability to like, not even your ability. It's like you're showing me you don't have ability to have a conversation with someone that has a difference of opinion or a different way of looking at something. You're telling me I have to look at it the same way as you. Otherwise, I'm the asshole, but you aren't even willing to have a conversation or open your eyes, right, at all in order to have balance and awareness. So you are the virus. You're causing disruption and discord within all systems because you're trying to keep grabbing the wheel and yank it and keep it on the road when it's like, yo, we got a flat tire. We're already been telling you, let go of the fucking wheel, and it's on autopilot. Spirit got it, but you want to keep pressing buttons and grabbing the wheel and yanking cords and entangling things and tangling yourself up with things that you have no business being in. Especially, again, you're grabbing the wheel and then you're also trying to get in somebody else's business or lane. So how fragmented are you right now? I suggest, just a suggestion, you get your ass home in your own body and in your own mind and in your own fields, because when that Reaper comes swinging that big fucking instrument and Archangel Michael coming with the flaming sword, which is obviously right now because the time's always now, yeah, you're going to be real separated from yourself, and it's going to take a lot longer to find those pieces that you need in order to, it's like if you got a leg over in Houston and you got an arm over in China and your head's all the way over in frickin' Antarctica, and now your head's separated too because they took your brain out of that thing, and then they put your eyes somewhere else and your ears somewhere else, and right, your mouth, I don't know. So, I don't know. But when y'all like to keep playing games like that, it's like, again, you're just asked to stay in your lane and stay home. That just means in your own body and in your own, right, like mind your own business. Because all that he said, she said, that's what it was. He said, she said, causes AIDS. The word said, ready? Again, the devil likes to jumble the letters. It's the word AIDS. So back in the day, there was that big epidemic, right? And all that. And that's a disease of the blood, which is like Mars controls the blood, right? And Mercury. I got a question. What's our moon? Just asking. It's like a big bell. When we look at our moon, are we actually looking at Mercury? Until last night, I didn't like that. Just ding, ding, ding last night. So just putting that out there. Let me know what you think. Please don't go biting what I just said and go try to win a Nobel Prize or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, if you're due to go do that, then hey, maybe that is for you to do. So, but you know what I'm saying? Anyway, just yeah, 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 something to think about. Mercury operates on a bipolar orbit, or is it Mars? Mercury or Mars, maybe both. I'm not sure. So, and what's a pole? South Pole, North Pole. They create a magnetic field. And it can look like angelic wings too. Which is different than the Earth, which is on a gravitational, or operates on gravity, not the electromagnetic universe. Gravity goes around the sun. Right? The planets go around the sun. A Mercury go up and down the pole. Just saying. So Mars controls the blood and Mercury controls the mind, right? Gemini, twins, positive, negative. Or we could be quite confused or like schizophrenic, right? Mercury's poison, especially till it's alchemized. So like in ancient time, again, and still now, how to turn lead to gold. Well, now we're turning Mercury to gold. You have to turn 80 elements to 79. You can't just take one out. No, it's right. It's burning it off. And the sun is like a huge recycling center, like a big furnace. Right? So he said, she said, anyhow, right? Creates lots of discord and disease. When we listen to like, oh my God, did you hear? Do you know there's a virus? Do you know? So now we're at discord. Discord. We're at discord. The only reason for disease is discord. So if we start to get I'm like, oh my God, what if that happens? I have worry, panic, fear. Now I'm thinking, what if this happens? What if that happens? What if over here? Now about that? Okay, see where we're at now? Chaos. Chaos. Eddie. Wow. So as we start to clear our clutter and we allow, because Mars, Mercury also right? Men are from Mars. And that's like war, right? Aries is war, the god of war. The blood gets, right? The temperature goes up and then it gets freezing fucking cold. Again, it goes up and down the poles. Mercury, right? Mars, and then it affects Mercury, or right? I have to look into which way. I think maybe, I don't know. Like, wait, wait. Mercury, because the reflection. I gotta look at the solar system. Like, I gotta take a look at, well, their picture of the solar system and see what that is. Okay, so then outside also of the Kuiper Belt and etc. That's like where you find like Pluto, Plutonius, and Uranus, Neptune, and that's like the asteroid belt. And now asteroids are all feminine. So as we're traveling through space and time, we're going by different asteroids and they're affecting, they mix with the sun, which then gives us solar flares, and right, it's getting burned off. An element of the asteroid is being combined with the sun. Adam is son, and there's more than one, right? Jesus has a twin, so does Lucifer. So, and there's a positive side and a negative side. So really, right? Muffle favos. Dumpa dumpa. Yappa dabba doo. All right. I don't want to lose my roll. Hold on. I need to smoke. I'll say two. Jesus has a twin. Twin is Thomas. So Lucifer has a twin. Was it Beelzebub? I don't even know. Was it Beelzebub? And anyhow, so sorry, I don't know. I'm not. I don't want to dwell on that. Oh my God. I'm being Jacob. I'm like, I don't want to. Hold on. I wanted to talk to them about what I wanted to talk about. We were on a roll. Hold on. Who's taking the wheel here? All right, hold on. Let me let go a second here, because Spirit's trying to put something else in here. Put something else in the pot. Got me snorting like a piggy. Oh, okay. Okay, so they're saying too. Okay, so one side you have like the Jesuses, the Jesuses, and then the other side Lucifer, kind of, right? And then Mother, Father, God can be from, right, androgynous as they travel up and down, North and South Pole, right? God's is same as, goes from being not having any awareness to like, oh, I'm right, to like, bah, and then can be quite just Satan, opposite pole of like, right, is. The flip side of that is, so as it's traveling around now, it's like there's the flip, and so there's all these different directions, right? Hummingbird. Feminine, more spiral, swirl, and masculine, like the flower of life, and then masculine, more like the mandat, like Metatron, right? Up and down the lines. Linear, right? One's going to swirl and be in like, only come through in waves, and one's going to come, right? Linear, making lines, right? Saturn, Satan, boundaries. But the flip side of making boundaries is ain't got no boundaries, infinite possibilities, right? It's like, and then those two, yeah, lots of Satan and the devil get together. Oh boy, forget it, right? It's like, oh, just, and then at that time, you should know. It's like, then you just need to be the right calm. That's again where, but we pull Eye of the Storm. My crystal cards go. Yeah, Eye of the Storm. So that's when, when we recognize that, right, that's what's going on the outside, that's when we are, right, it's like, sometimes, sometimes we're the drunk bitch, Or where, you know, I was a fucking drunk at one point in my life. Yeah, professional alcoholic. Yep, absolutely. And I'm very grateful for having that experience and for having the experience of my family members being so, because it taught me so much about behavior and addiction and, you know, thinking that something's like fine and fun and like something like I have a very strong will. And that shit fucking took me right under the wave. Like, boom. I say that all the time. That was the hardest thing I ever had to deal with. And that was the hardest thing I ever had to, the worst demon I ever had to fight. The hardest thing I ever had to do in my life, one of them, like fucking hands down. That shit is twisted, and that's when you're dealing with the devil, right? You're drinking alcohol. They call it spirits for a reason, right? You let one in, seven more come. They're like hee hee hee, and that's why they call it moonshine, right? There's that saying: anything that happens under the sun's already been done. So they, right? They're like, the devil's like, but we can do it under the moon. Blue moon. So you're saying, Tanner? So as long as you just keep swimming, right? And it's like, right? Like my big brother's being a jerk again, or them boy, right? Whatever's going on outside, it's like, oh, brother, right? Or, you know, so and so's drunk. So, or so and so's drunk and they're pissed off. So, are we gonna like start messing with them right now? Like, you know, blah blah blah. It's like leave them the fuck alone. They're in monster mode right now. So, if you're deciding to go poke at a monster, yo, shame on you. Don't do that. But also, sometimes, listen, I'm very aware we ain't got no control over that. So sometimes they come stumbling into our fucking, we're like, we asked you to please not do so. And then they're doing shit anyhow. And it's like, we already asked you not to do that. Or we already asked you, like, we like don't like that. We dealt with that our whole life. And we really don't like, we already said that like in the beginning of our like, like we thought that was understood. And we already kind of clearly like, and then they keep trying to, they're doing it on purpose. Well, in order to get a reaction, because they want, again, that's a different thing we're dealing with, but that's a bully, right? So when we're dealing with the bull, you want to deal with the bull, you're gonna get the horns. Hmm. So lots of things that go into play with that, right? The big bull, the Taurus bull, bullshit, heads or tails. Again, we were just talking about Taurus before. So Taurians, Virgo, Capricorn, right? Lots of okay, Capricorn, probably a lot of pain going on in your head, and because I'm very aware of one that I'm dealing with, and like the head, that's you are the head. So pressure, yo, breathe, Cappies, out, breathe out. Yeah. Holy Spirit's trying to breathe breath into your nostrils and you're not allowing it in. You're crossing your arms and saying, nope, nope, nope. You want to stay in the womb. That's okay. Like nobody wants to be pushed out. But you're just being born, babies. You're just being born, right? Free falling. Just let go, right? We got that too. Look, letting go. You're about to turn into a butterfly. Look, don't be so rigid. And fear is a motherfucking bitch. I know her well. But it's only false evidence appearing wheel. I'm reading wishing. If real false evidence of pishing. I'm spirit got me tripping over my words now. False evidence appearing real. Yo, wishing is a sin. If you're sitting at that wishing well, like I just wish they'd come back. You're missing the boat. Look at this stuff's all weeping. It's like it's this is all green, but like she not. That's like Yeah. Wishing again to be somebody else, have something else, right? Having, oh, it's like, oh, yeah, I would love to see. Yeah. Now this goes into genies, the jinn, making it, okay, if you, I've said this in other videos, if a genie got rubbed out because someone was digging where they shouldn't have been and decided to rub out a genie or rub one out, this is now also, I'm going to get right, like, nasty. Yeah, you decide to masturbate and rub one out, jack me off, and you're thinking and lusting and desiring over another man's wife, another person, place, or thing that is right. Like, this is where there's a lot of discrepancies in the system because there's divine creatures and beings here, and there's divine law and universal law, and man does not have any authority over any of that at all, especially when they have not learned how to let go of something that does not belong to them, or they're claiming and calling something theirs. We had landlords here. Landlords are tenants of Gaia. Man, humankind, human is tenants of Gaia, right? They're supposed to be tending to the land, nurturing, farming the grounds, giving it love, allowing it to grow and bloom and be what it is. And then also, right, then they also, that's like archons and stuff. They're the farmers. Farmers almanac. Farmers go by the lunar calendar too. 13 moons, right? So there's a lot of different calendars and different time clocks going on. Man. And they're all worthy and they're all important and they all make sense and have purpose and right, but we can't just go by one or two or say that's it, right? No. Yeah, quantum cuties. Okay, this is where we're going quantum. We're time traveling. And look, this is number 22, and it was just 2 hours, 22 minutes, and 22 seconds. And cool. So, two. So yeah, this is just like again, getting birds, cappies, Taurus. I'm a Taurus. I'm a Taurus on the cusp of Gemini. I know I learned yesterday too, which I didn't know, which was really cool. Each house has 6 angelics that guard it in the zodiac, which I didn't get to do yet, but I'm Taurus on the cusp of Gemini. And so Gemini already too. So it's like, wait a second, do I have like, wait, 6, 12, 18? Or, you know, cool how like which is 9, 1 and 8, 9. So yeah, knowing your chart, getting to know yourself on a whole different level, with spirit and in the quantum realm and with the gods, and allowing yourself to travel through space and time to collect your eggs, because that sleeping atom within you that you're calling a virus is your little inner child that wants to be protected. And if you're poking at it and like trying to get rid of it, you're trying to abort it. You're not allowing it to grow into a beautiful butterfly. And don't freak out what I'm saying, okay? And if you did get a shot or a vaccine or whatever, it's okay. Some people did need to get it because your DNA and your blood type and who you are as a being and a person. There's there's different beings here, but that's not just for everybody. So, okay, use caution and have discernment, right? Being consciously aware doesn't mean we walk around in fear. Use caution means have discernment, not, oh my gosh, everything is blah, blah, blah. So you're going to be all rigid and run around and then go wishing you did or didn't do something or you could have something else. And these are 2 together, actually. It's like the thumbnail I put up the other day as I'm looking at like all the fish in the. So, coincidence? And the word horse. A horse is a horse, of course, of course. A horse? A whore? A horse? Look at them horses. Horse, a horse. Sometimes these, again, drunken beings like to slur their words and make it sound like something else. So again, I'm very grateful for my drunken state that I got to experience, because now I have awareness of, first of all, like the behavior isms that entails. You could never have had a drink in your life and you're still an alcoholic. I understand that everyone has their own unique path and challenges. Already, right? So I think I'm going to depart. Again, we want to allow our sleeping atom that's getting awoken by different asteroids, right? The sun and the asteroids are, we're traveling through space and time. Earth is, right? Gaia is flying through space and time, and the Earth travels around the sun. So this whole solar, where this is our whole solar system is moving. We're moving to a new house, kiddies. Right? And we're going into the house of Aquarius from Pisces. So this shift, that's why it's like, right, we can't be too concerned with material or where we're supposed to end up, because we don't know where that's going to be right now yet. We're just traveling together, and that in itself is motherfucking awesome. And I'm so grateful. And I'm grateful for you being here, and for me being here, and for us being here, and for we being here, and for they being here, right? And he and she, and all that applies in our happy, unhappy, crazy motherfucking family. Wee! All the way home. Too good for your home. Happy Gilmore. So as we're getting, right, the asteroid belt, we're going through the asteroids mixed with the sun, right, now we're new element. So now that comes solar flares, corona mass ejections, getting shot out from the sun, raining down new codes into our bodies, down into our crown chakra. So we have reactions, order coming up from the underworld, from the under. Right? We constantly have negative energy traveling up through our vessel, unknown, emotion, energy in motion, traveling through, that produces thoughts and feelings that are coming out of us that create the world. So as all these things are going on, right? My quantum cuties, where I don't know where I put that now. We are getting activated. So the DNA is being upgraded, activated, right? We have 3 human, 1/3, 3% DNA. Okay. So we're mixing God with Titan with human, right? Titans are, was it 72 within us? That's like the interdimensional beings, the Titans, right? And then we have our God self, and then we have our human self, which is all the elements that we're made of. That's why we have a natal chart, which is with our sun, our moon, and our rising sign, our ascending sign. And then all the element and everything else that mixes. That's your blueprint, your elemental, your holy grail, your specific cup of elements. And right, we are the stars, the dust of the stars. So that's your specific, right, cup of what makes you, you. So as your body is going through all these changes, and your mind, right, your Mercury and your Mars, your blood is getting changed, your DNA. So it's going to affect your blood, and it's going to affect your mind. It's going to affect how you feel. This is why it's called the virus of the crown and the solar plexus, right? Your gut may feel this way. You have an intuition, you have an instinct, or something's telling you, right? Something going on. Something's going on. So now the brain and the tummy are talking, right? Or the crown chakra and the solar plexus. And your body is being affected in the middle. But you have to take control of that center and operate with the suns and your divine masculine and your divine feminine and spirit, and allow. It's like if you get pregnant, right? I can't rush the baby to be born, or if I'm sick, I have to just take care of myself. I can nurture myself, or if one of my children are sick, it's okay. Give you a cuddle. Let's watch a movie, maybe have a bath. Maybe it depends what's going on, right? Need a little Vicks, need a back rub, just need quiet, because the body needs to heal. If the body is in distress, it needs to heal. So it needs rest. It's going through a death and a rebirth. So it needs rest in order to, right, for this to turn into a rainbow instead of chaos, messy, static mess. And then it's stuck in that. And it's like, I don't know what to do. I can't do anything. We just live and die. That's it. We have to prevent this from happening. Whoa, hold on. Are you allowing yourself to go through what you need to go through to turn into a butterfly, or do you keep cutting yourself short? You keep taking the scissors and cutting that piece out. Now you're missing that 3.14 piece of pie, babies. Pie. Right? You're missing the Trinity, 0.14, 14 Osiris, God, right? Father. Your divine masculine and feminine, and the Christ child that you're birthing, that's a little double right now, right? Our inner child, or we've just ignored and forgotten about our inner child. You have to nurture your inner child right now. That's your job, right? To upgrade your own DNA by responding to the messages that you're receiving from spirit in all fashions and forms. It could be somebody coming up to you saying something, could be something, right? You're on here looking at, right, this right here. Right? Anything. It could be, right? You happen to look out your window and see an animal. Look up that spirit animal, the spirit animal medicine. That's spirit talking to you. Hey, remember part of who you are? Do you have that instinct in you? Look up how do those animals eat or live or sleep, or what are their patterns of behavior? Does that apply to you? Right? It doesn't mean like, oh, you're an animal. Ugh. It's not about making fun of. No, this is about connecting with your divine spiritual self, which comes in so many forms. You're made of crystals. You're made of the stars. You're made of all the things, earthly and non-earthly, that we don't even like have, right? It's like, this is so discovery and beautiful and amazing. This is so exciting. Yeah. Hmm. Hummingbirds. So 233. I'm gonna leave it be. I'm so grateful for you spending time and energy with me, and we will do some more metaphysical fun lessons, quantum QTs, or untangling quantum entanglement. So we're just birthing, letting go of what no longer serves us, creating healthy boundaries, right? Allowing ourselves to go through an experience. See, those words are very interchangeable, but be very careful that you're deciding what you, right? It's like, does this feel right to me? Does that taste right? Some days we could wear an outfit and it's like, I love this outfit. Other days it's like, oh God, I look horrible in this color or this thing. I don't even know why I got this, right? Why is that? Weird, right? That goes into like the Mayan calendar. Each day is like a different animal or a different demon, different, depending on your alignment, and the energy of that is like how we react, respond, and what have you. Kind of like I was saying, I don't know if it was in this video or another one, like around the full moon, that's when I want meat. It's because that's when, we usually get our menstrual period, our menstrual cycle. So we're losing blood, iron, etc. So a lot of the times when an animal eats meat, the gases in their stomach are able to break down certain minerals and elements that we can't break down in our human stomach or in our body, right? So we need to eat something that has already eaten it, and then we're same with dogs. That's why dogs have right? There's certain things that they are not able to get within right? The minerals. Or pregnant, when you're pregnant. Back in the day, some pregnant women, I'm sure now still, want to go, they get cravings to eat dirt and laundry detergent like borax. So why is that? There's a mineral that the body starts to lack and it starts to crave for what it needs. So when people need what they need because they're craving for a mineral, something, they're missing a mineral, but now we're spraying Roundup on our plant. We're forcing the growth of things. We want to raise the prices, inflate everything, but rush it. So we're raping everything of its natural resources and from allowing it to produce all of its proper minerals and right substance that we need as people. It's a symbiotic relationship, just like we breathe air and they right soak up the carbon dioxide we're breathing out. We plant a seed and we nurture it and we allow it to grow, and eventually our garden produces fruit and vegetables, or our tree. Same with us as a person. We have to allow our tree to grow. If you keep spraying stuff on it and shoving stuff in it to try to stop the growth, that you're putting another DNA into you to stop your growth of your own DNA blooming into the beautiful lotus flower that you are. 144,000 consciousnesses in Christ consciousness. Don't sell yourself short. You're worth so much more. You don't even know your worth yet. I don't even know my worth yet. And I don't really care what the numbers are. I just know I'm worth it, right? Like the L'Oreal commercial back in the day. It might still be. I don't even know because I don't watch TV. I don't even have a cable box in here anymore. I took my cable box out. I don't even have a cable box. Usually I just look at the time on the cable box a lot of the time. I have my Roku thing. That thing, I was like, it didn't work one day. I was like, I don't even need it in here. I handed it back in. I'm like, I don't even want it. So I don't even have a cable box, a black cabal box in my room anymore. Nope. And that wasn't like, oh, I'm going to get rid of it. I had no like, it had just happened to happen. And I was like, I don't even want it or need it. And I don't even have to pay for it. I mean, I can go just get another one right now. I just don't care to have it. I don't need it and I don't care. I don't need it in here. I don't need that frequency in here. It's like, I don't really, it's another thing that it's, yeah. So anyhow, again, and then maybe I will want it or need it again at some point. But I don't right now. So I'm good without it. That's it. So, my lovely beings, I'm so fucking grateful for you spending this time and energy. And please kindly subscribe, like, ding the bell, share. I don't know if I have even comments on it or not. I really don't check on here. And like I said in the description, anybody that's been using any metaphysical or mystical mama type stuff, and saying that they're me or saying that there's something close to me, or if it's not me. So I'll say that. And I'm aware that they're doing it in deeper rabbit holes too, like, with sexual shit and all that. That is definitely not me either. Yeah, I'm not, not that I have any problem with that. It's just, I have a hard time. Yeah, I'll get into that another day about like where I come from and where my like views are on that, because I don't really have any views on that right now. It's not like I don't have any judgment. It's like, but that's not me. So and I also have no problem in addressing who I am as a being. But that's another video. And as a multidimensional being. Because yeah, we're gonna be able to get into all that, soon. But it's important for everybody to be doing their work. We don't just we're not going to just keep throwing pearls to swine so that they can take our information and go sell it on a fucking fast food line. You know what I'm saying? Because that ain't divine. That's hanging on to somebody else's vine like a barrel of monkeys. And my line's getting heavy. And when a mama's about to give birth, we push the baby out And then we cut the umbilical cord. Not because we don't love the baby, but because that we don't drag the baby around with us. Right? Now we're two separate beings. So now we care and nurture for you, but right? That was the whole reason we were We're excited for you to be who you are. Right? Same with a parent. Same with the gods. See how that works? It's like related. You want the best for your child, right? You don't want to see them leave you, but at the same time, it's like you want to see them grow and be the most amazing being they can be on their own. And then you can be proud of yourself for guiding, nurturing, and giving them that support to be their fucking most amazing self that they can be with all their boo-boos and mishaps. And right, we don't expect our kids to be perfect, right? It's like, yo, right? No. So why would God expect that of you? Right? Sometimes we got to remember to take it more easy on ourselves. Give yourself credit where credit's due and not too much credit. Stay humble, stay blessed, and I'll see you next time. You know the rest. Mwah. One love.